marketplace today. All right, now this is what the show's gonna be about today. Me and JB was talking about it, right?
Right.
And what we gonna do? I'm gonna lay out from my perspective everything I've read, all the information I've been able to gather, the video I've seen, the videos that I've seen. We're gonna talk about this situation. So again, in Elk Grove on the 13th of September, a young man got pulled over.
5 days ago.
5 days ago, a young man got pulled over by an Elk Grove police officer in front of his mother's house. Now, I know in our community, we suffer from a trauma when it comes to all the police forces. Like me personally, a cop car, a police uniform.
Instant anxiety.
I get anxious around their ass. Like I can't be that close to a cop. It just shit don't feel right. So I understand what our ancestors had to go through. See, I understand how the slave patrols was the original police forcing in America, stopping the motherfucking asking them for their ID. That was slave patrol shit. Show me your paperwork before I hang your black ass, right? So we dealing with that today. So in this situation, the young man gets pulled over by the cop, right? He pulls over in front of his mother's house. Now it's important to note, because I want to be as factual as possible before I give my perspective. It's important to note that the officer on her loudspeaker, asked him to pull over on the side of the road on the right shoulder.
Right shoulder.
Because when you get pulled over, if I'm right behind you going right, I want you to pull over on the right shoulder.
That's right.
That's typical protocol, as we've seen, right? So we can agree that typically when you get pulled over, you pull over right in front of the officer. They commence to do whatever they're gonna do, right? Now in this situation, and this is what, because again, the mother being there for her son, the idea of protecting your son in the face of adversity, protecting your son in the face of oppression, you better stand in front of your fucking son. Come on now.
It's mama bear mentality.
Mama bear mentality. So we understand that where her energy is coming from, right? Mm-hmm. But here's what happened. So instead of pulling over on the right shoulder, the young man pulls over on the left shoulder in front of his mother's house. See, and this is, in my opinion, family, I know people out there feel differently. My boy JB feel a little differently about it too. But pulling over on the left shoulder, that's when the problem began to me. Because once he pulled over on the left shoulder, the mom comes out. The mom instructs him to get out of the car, right? She instructs him to get out of the car. And in my opinion, family, when I look at police interactions, we behind enemy lines. Once you get pulled over by a cop, once you're in a situation with a cop, you're behind enemy lines. You got to conduct yourself a particular way. And in this instance, pulling over the left-hand shoulder, that's the first problem, right? He gets out of the car. Now, family, I'm gonna be completely fucking honest here. You can't tell your kid to get out the car when they get pulled over by the cop. You know what I mean? How'd you feel about that part of the story, JB?
You know what? As far as her instructing her son to jump out of the vehicle in that situation, she was a bit hasty. I think she should have waited a little bit longer and seen what the cop was trying to do. I think she was trying to protect her boy, but the way she went about it in some facets were a little bit overbearing for me. I do understand what she was doing, what she's trying to do, and what she feels like she has to do right now in the climate of our society. The very telling situation for me was, I think the boy was 22.
21 or 22, to my understanding, y'all. He could be between 20 and 22, to my understanding.
There was a very, very naiveness about this boy in this video. And the mother kind of stood up for him, but it was almost to the point of where it was like he wasn't the age he was.
Like he was younger.
Yeah, he was younger. He came, but he had the proper credentials.
He did. College student, as his mom said. So he wanted. Now we got to understand too, like full context. The officer, when she approached, to me, it's a little awkward. Even I understand what cops have done to us. I'm trying to be fair as possible.
And are
doing to us in this particular situation. You pull somebody over, for one, they pull to the left to a garage that's open. People start coming out of the garage. You get out of the car, right? So in the sister's video, you see that she's talking to the cop, trying to see what's going on, right? Like, why ain't give him the ticket, give him the ticket, give him the ticket. I'm thinking, damn, why don't you just give him the ticket? But here's the scenario. You pull somebody over, they jump out the car, you go back to your car, they can go get a strap. You go back to your car, more people can come out with strap. You create a hasty type of environment by getting out of the car. That's what I think. Now, she had on a Blue Lives Matter band. That's some fuck shit. She had on a Blue Lives Matter mask.
The cop did.
The cop did. Yeah. That can mean anything.
Right.
That can mean she is racist. Let's not get it fucked up. But in this video, especially the cop's angle of the video, the mother, and this is my opinion, y'all. The mother seemed to be the antagonist. Now, how do you feel about that? Like in totality, because I know you were saying, like, as a black mom, I mean, what's she supposed to do, right?
Yeah. You know what? This video is one of those videos I go like this with a bit. In my situation, in this situation, I shouldn't say my situation. This situation right here specifically, what I saw was a mother who was really trying to protect her boy, who was very, very nervous and paranoid, who indirectly may have pressed the button in the officer to make the officer feel like she has to defend herself, stand her ground now, and call more backup. Because, as my brother said, people were coming out of the garage and the video. I wish she would have let the boys sit in the car longer, get the ticket. We're done. But I do understand the mother's, what do you say, fear, rage, anger. She's worried about her college student son, who seems like an upstanding, never been in any trouble. Give the boy a ticket or move on. But the completion of this video, what did you feel like? What's the what do you call? What is the the conclusion?
Well, the conclusion, it seems like once the let me say something real quick.
Yeah.
So the officer got out, and the officer asked, "Are you on probation or parole?" Now we can view that question a few ways, right? When you black, and a cop asks you on probation or parole, you kind of feel a way about that. I read some information about, is that a requirement? Now that's not a requirement. Like it's a part of their procedure per se, but that ain't some shit you have to ask.
And mind you, she had all of this paperwork in her hand.
She did.
So she could have went and ran it.
She did.
And figured out everything she needed to ask. She needed to know without asking them anything.
True.
So,
and then I think too, like when soon as the officer, and I will say this, y'all, as soon as the officer got there, the woman began speaking. She was the antagonizer, family. I gotta say that. She was extremely aggressive. And to me, she didn't need to be that aggressive. I get this is your son, this is your baby, but my son not gonna be another hashtag, da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm with you. I don't want him to be another hashtag either. But you kind of exacerbated the situation by your levels of speaking, because it's how I see it. Again, you behind enemy lines, family. Yo raised tone could have made her reach for the gun. See? And another thing, and you can, and then we can go back and forth about this.
Yeah.
She said the cop had her hand on the gun. And again, I'm normally with us, man. I know how they got their hand on their shit, trying to be intimidating.
Yes.
This white woman, in my opinion, did not have her hand on her gun.
But at the same time, and that video with the body cam, we couldn't really see her. Why would she say she did if she didn't? They do that. That's kind of standard procedure for intimidation.
Yeah.
She told her to get back in the driveway. The mother, get back in the driveway. She stood in the driveway. That's fine. He's detained. He can't leave because he ran a stop sign.
Well, here's what I would think. I would say the saying he can't leave is this thing. You guys are out the car. I pulled this kid over. He's out the car in front of his house. He can run now. He can go get a gun from under something over there now. Like that part of everything, family, fucked it up for me. You gotta stay in the car. Yeah, police fuck with us. Yeah, we gotta deal with these racist motherfuckers all the time. Yeah, it's been going on since we got to this country.
Yeah.
But when we are at fault in some of these situations, we need to be as clear as possible.
But the panic button for this mother has been hit. I think it has been hit for all of George Floyd.